Hi, I'm Abdul Fatah Maniru. In this video, just like I promised to make how to record donations or pledge that is made by the members. It's almost similar to creating invoices or sales receipts, just that the terminologies here changes. And since this is a QuickBook non-profit version, it has an additional report as non-profit report for you to be able to track these transactions. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna create two transactions here. We're gonna receive through pledge and also through donations. Formally, here you have it as receipt, and here you still have it as invoices. The third one is supposed to be through bank, but if you've watched my video on fund accounting, I have treated how to record that donation through bank. Okay, now in this case, let me go ahead and create a pledge. But if you are still confused with this, you can go to non-profit here. You see that it refer to invoices as enter pledge. Now, pledge is a promise to contribute. So you might have a member that decide or that promise to make a payment in 2 weeks time. So for us to be able to track this promise, this pledge, or this debt, we have to record it and pull out a report to see when these pledges are due, so that we can follow up as a reminder to these members or these donors that have made these pledges. Okay, so if I go ahead and click on this create invoice, notwithstanding, you see you still have pledges here, so we have it as a pledge. So now I'm gonna add an additional customer, so that I want to make two transactions. So let's use Abdurrahman, me and this B capital, Abdul Rahman Yakubu. Okay, so I'll use Abdurrahman Yakubu here as the second donor. So Abdurrahman is going to make a pledge. So he has made a pledge of let's say 5 million to be paid in 2 weeks time. So we come here, we recognize that the customer here. Now we are going to select the item. Now remember, we are creating like an invoice, so we have to create an item and link it to the whichever fund we are receiving on these purposes. Okay, so I'll go to new. Let's say yeah, definitely to be service. So I'm going to create, let's say, let me check the list of accounts I have here. I think it's going to help us a lot on how to select the appropriate income account we are expecting. Okay, let me see. We have donated professional fee. We have lots of income here. So let's see this as an individual business contribution. That is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go back to creating the invoice. I'm going to name this. I'm going to add new. I'll add new. I can create this through list and list of items. So I'm going to name this as individual. So you might have individual contribution. Okay, you might have it as two. You might have individual contribution and business contribution. So this is an individual that is contributing, that is supposed to contribute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select that individual also. Let me see if I have it again here. Yeah, definitely this is it. So I'm going to select individual business. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. Now we are receiving this as a contribution. It's a pledge, but we've not received. So I can indicate in the description that a pledge to receive on 5 million in 2 weeks time, remember. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is to select to put in the amount. Now we need to have this contribution might not really be for a fund, Remember, I did fund accounting with QuickBooks, so it might not be a fund, it might just be general, unrestricted. So I don't need to classify them, or for better still, I can just have unrestricted account so that it doesn't come out as unclassified. So I'll click on new and name this unrestricted. Okay, unrestricted. Okay, so we can use it for whichever purposes we want to use it for. 5 million. Definitely it's going to hit an account, right? Okay, so but mind you, this is just for a pledge. So it's a pledge, and hopefully let's go to customer again. I'll go to customer center, and I'm gonna select Abdurrahman. I just want to do a little editing here. I think let me go to payment settings. Then I'm gonna insert this. Okay, so let's say we are receiving this payment in next 15, so just like roughly 2 weeks, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and click on okay. So when it's 2 weeks time, we are going to receive that particular warning. Or better still, I might just go to backdate the transaction. Okay, so now I've done that, so I'm gonna go ahead and click save and close. Now this is a pledge. It's a pledge. You can see here in chart of account, it's coming out as an account receivable. If you go to balance sheets report, if you go to company and financial, then balance sheet standard, you see we have it as an account receivable. So we are expecting to receive this money from. Now if you come back to this my shortcut here, this bill income tracker, or you can go to report also, you see an overdue balance listed here, right? Now it is an open invoice. Once it is more than the 15 days I selected, it's going to come to overdue balance. Or you can go to report here, go to customer and receivable, then you go to aging summary. With this aging summary, you get a report. Is it 1 to 30 days? Is it 31 to 60 days? You can actually adjust this to, let's say, 7 to 15. To 15 to 8, it should span within these days. Okay, I'll click on refresh. Now you can also adjust that, so 7 to, you see how it goes. Okay, now you can, with this you can pull out a report to see how the receivables. Now this is first. Now the second one is now remember we are doing accrual basis, so if I select on cash here, cash basis here, you see the 5,000 will go away because we've not actually received the money. Okay, so now let's go to customer again. This time around, non-profit, I mean, this time around let's enter a donation. So Abdul Fattah is making a donation this time around as an individual contribution also. So I'm going to select from this Abdul Fattah Monero. Okay, then I'm going to select this today's date. This is the first donation, so I'm still going to select that individual contribution. Now I'm going to put here as 3 million. Okay, now we have this as 3 million. So in order for it not to be unclassified, let me select unrestricted, so that we have the report based on those 4 items instead of having them with restricted. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and save this and close. Now we've received donation through 2 methods. Through donation itself, which is sales receipts, as you can see from here, or pledge. Now this is our balance sheet. Now you see we have the payment we received, because we received through bank, so we're not supposed to get it to undeposited fund. So because I did not set it up, so that is why I can go ahead here and make the deposits to a particular account. So this time around, we are going to make sure that we have an unrestricted account. Okay, so here we only have these 3 accounts. I'm going to create another account. So let's say we have a different bank account for these purposes for unrestricted transactions. So okay, so we have it as, let's say, Zenith Bank. Okay, so and let me create this 22547. Okay, so let me have that as just Zenith Bank. So we only have that. We're not tracking any fund against this bank. Okay, so now I'm going to deposit this amount of 3 million to this Zenith Bank. Okay, now at it being, I deselect this feature from edit preferences. You come to payment, then you come to company and financial. You uncheck this. It will ask me for the bank I want to deposit that transaction to. I will show you in a bit. Yeah, I want to record that. I'll show you in a minute how that is done. So let me go ahead again and try to enter a donation. You see now we have an option to select the bank we are depositing to. Okay, so with this now I'll go to report. We've done 2 transactions. I'll go to non-profit. Let's check the biggest donors or the grant so far. So you can see here we have it by percentage. We have the biggest is 62.5. You can, from this you can actually make your analysis based on the biggest donor. Then budget versus actual. We've not done anything on budget. Were we to do that, we would have come here, do some little budgeting. Then let's go to the next one, donors and grant reports. You can see from here also we create a report based on the donors or the grantors. Okay, now you can see Abdul Fattah Minero gave this amount as an income 15, and sorry, the corporate and business from Abdul Fattah. Then from Abdul Rahman Yakubu you have it as 5 million, but for Abdul Fattah you have it as 3 million. Sorry, this was the previous video I made. So 3 million and 5 million for each individual donor. So from here you see you have that report on about donors. Now donor contribution summary, there are different kind of report that you bring out to make sure it assists you in your decision making. Okay, so with that we see now that at the end of the day we have these transactions all entered accurately. Now going to balance sheet, just like we explained earlier, you see now that we have someone owing us a pledge of 5 million, and we actually have a transaction. We also receive a donation of 3 million. So with this, once we want to receive this payment, maybe in 2 weeks time it happens that we receive the payment. So the next thing we are going to do is click on this non-profit and select receive payment. Okay, now from receive payment here we are going to receive the payment against that. Okay, now we are receiving from Abdurrahman Yakubu. Now it automatically bring out, is it that you're receiving partly or in full. So I'm going to select that we're receiving it in full. Then we're going to select the account that we're receiving this money to, which is the Zenith Bank. So this is the unrestricted bank account where we receive money that we spend that were not designated for any purpose. So we'll go ahead and hit save and close. Now once we receive that, you see from the balance sheet that we no longer have an account receivable value, rather we have Zenith Bank of 8,000. Okay, so with this I believe we now understand how to enter donations based on pledges or actual donation that you receive, and how to take those donations to the bank, and how to pull out a report to check based on the biggest donor and the donor's report also, then the donor contribution summary on that. Okay, please like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share my video, give me a thumbs up, and also turn on your notification so that you get notified whenever I make new interesting videos. See you guys in my next class and have a wonderful day. Bye.